Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
That's insane.
It's good fun. So Owen, yeah, your first ever genuine e-mountain bike ride.
Yeah, genuinely first. I mean, we did that hub drive one, but this is the first, yeah.
This is the first mid-drive e-mountain bike ride. Now, my question to you is, what kind of ride would you like to go on today?
I think not just today, but most days, natural, if possible.
Natural.
Natural.
Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Wye Valley. For Owen Coutts, his first e-mountain bike adventure.
Sorry, you're calling me a rookie? You haven't got a loop on your chain, pal, come on.
So here we go. Normally I'd be halfway up the trail by now, but because we've got a professional technician stroke mechanic with us, there's a gigantic amount of faff going on.
Yeah, but it's good faff. We're looping the chain so our bike's more efficient. It's a good thing.
That's nice. I gotta be honest, that actually does make a difference. What was that then? Was that wet lube, dry lube, medium lube? What was it?
That is PE's dry lube.
Yeah.
It's a wax lube, so we've just got to leave it in the sun to dry. But yeah, really high performance, runs really clean as well.
Leave it in the sun to dry. I like his style, man. I like his style. It's a good start to the day. Nice. Look at it. I mean, isn't that a thing of beauty, Owen?
You know what, like, as stally as it is, the fact that I just did this, but I'm like, I could do more up there.
Yeah.
The brain gym is awesome.
Yeah.
It's riding.
Well, the gym's about to get even more intense.
Oh, God.
Owen, quite a lot of stoke in the mountain bike fraternity about blacks, double blacks.
Yeah, all the gnar.
Lots of maybe sub-talk over the years gone by about e-mountain bikes being lazy.
Agreed, yeah.
And after all, you can be lazy on an e-mountain bike. You can stick it in the red colour.
Yeah, red colour, right?
Red colour, and you can go up a fire road and you can chat to your mates. It's a nice thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Eating an energy bar.
Yeah, yeah.
However, I think this is where the horsepower comes into its own. I think this, to me, is where the sport of e-mountain biking is going to. This is probably harder than an e-Enduro World Cup power stage. But that doesn't even say that e-World Cup is at the highest level, because I think the sport is still progressing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought I'd give you like a taster. A taster.
Yeah. I think I'm a bit scared again.
Is it doable?
I would say at the start of this ride I would have gone no, had I not had like a trials bike with like a tiny granny, you know, like a proper little hardtail. But
I think it's time for red colour.
Red colour? Is that
Red.
above purple?
It's above purple. It's not the off button, no.
Oh.
Yeah, like lesson here, that's the on-off button. The mode button you can either have here, okay?
There's red again.
There's red again, right? So you can actually,
Right.
You've been in blue. Blue is like Tour Plus. Should we go through the modes?
Yeah.
Let's do a test.
Oh.
Okay, let's have a test. I mean, it's not like you haven't been working on these bikes. Right, green.
Eco.
Good. Blue.
Blue trail?
Tour Plus.
Tour, right, okay.
Purple. Oh, you really are a rookie, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not putting it on.
Purple. Oh, this is a
Up
fail.
from trail?
And red.
Full power?
Full power, yeah.
Okay.
Purple is EMTB mode. That's like an automatic mode. We'll go into that a bit later. Let's not get ahead of
That
ourselves.
explains a lot on that last trail, because I was like, I'm sure I put it into purple because there was some light mocking of the mode that I'd previously had it in. So I'm like, okay, we'll go up. We'll go up from blue, we'll put purple. And then I finished the trail, I'm like, oh, it's gone to green.
Maybe the trail should be the climbs should be colour graded as well.
Ooh, now that
Red
is cool.
climbs, purple climbs, blue climbs. Matthew? It's like really easy gear.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kind of that kind of thing.
That's insane. I'm actually speechless. I thought I was gonna get like to the green bit of grass which is in the middle, and then he's just gone all the way to the top. E-bikes are for real. They're not for slouching around. They're not lazy boys. They're serious mountain bikes. So you entered here and across, and then up, you went to the right of the green grass in the middle, and then I saw you do a power wheelie, which I don't really understand how you do, without touching the back brake and then stalling. And then...
So I think what you're talking about here actually exemplifies why I love e-mountain biking, because what you have is a puzzle.
Yeah.
When you're riding on a trail centre, the thought process is taken out of your hands. It's like, here's the gradient, here's the berms, here's the way marking. There's no stones on the trail.
Yeah, there's
you're
no
just
brain
like,
gym.
you're just spinning and you're doing it up the hill.
Yeah.
This requires thought.
Yeah.
And effort.
Yeah. Even you're power wheeling, like to get through that section after the green grass.
It's about momentum, it's about line choice, it's about thinking, it's about looking ahead. It's all the things you need to do going downhill, but in the reverse direction.
It's a full mountain bike ride again.
It is a full mountain bike ride again.
Yeah. Right, I've got to go that way.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm kind of a bit stalled, but we'll...
So like plodding.
Plodding.
Acceleration.
Yeah.
And then acceleration again.
Oh. It's the confidence to like have the grip on the back wheel. That's
Which
insane.
you have.
Which, yeah.
That's, again, you know, that's why you need soft compound, large volume tyres, run about 20 PSI or less.
Yeah. Yeah, but just to get that traction, which on a mountain bike climbing, well, you'll run out of traction way early because there isn't the weight, there isn't the power, unless you're doing like a trials approach of like hopping up every step, which you're not going to do on a 160.
It's cool fun, isn't it?
150 bike. It's wicked fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the next bit of riding again. It's like back to mountain biking in terms of thinking about all of the riding. Like you think about the downhill, but now you're back into having to think about, okay, how am I going to clean this? How am I going to get up the climb? It's mint.
Saying all the right things.
But it is.
Oh boy. Good fun, man.
That's me.
It's good fun. That was very much the deep end.
That was Technar, but uphill.
I think most GMBN and EMBN presenters would struggle on that.
Okay, for you, that's good to know.
There's certain GMBN presenters which would absolutely hate that. They would hate it. But I think it's a reminder actually to anybody watching is that, you know, there's a lot of chat about power at the moment, you know, the more power the better. But what one thing did that illustrate to you?
That you don't need more power. You need to be able to apply it and like, yeah, just have it smooth and
it's the grip. It's grip, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Grip and traction.
Grip is the bottom.
Basically, yeah.
If you ain't got grip, you can have 180 Newton meters. It's not going to do you any good.
No.
So it's that fine balance between momentum, slow speed grip, and line choice. It's
the kind of like the mental. I'm saying brain gym, and I genuinely mean it in terms of like thinking about where you're going to put your front tyre, to then put your back tyre and then be able to get traction and get a pedal stroke in, because it's not it's not a motorbike. I can't just throttle. I've really got to think. And that's where, yeah, apologies fun. Your pedals are really grippy and nice, but might have just touched the odd rock once or twice.
Physicality?
Oh, amazing, just immense. It's like, I've only just stopped panting and I've got a massive sweat on. Like my upper body has not worked that hard in a long time since I went climbing, probably in the winter. Yeah, e-bikes, not easy, they're fun.
Okay, let's talk about you. Now, let's face it, your expertise comes from 28 years either riding mountain bikes or in the mountain bike industry.
Yeah.
And your current role with EMBN Tech. I mean, you know everything when it comes to mountain bikes, right? The wheels, the tyres, the drivetrain, the
Not
brakes.
everything, a lot, but not everything. But
Yeah, so, I mean, give us a brief history of Owen Coutts.
Big bike nerd. Like, I guess it was something that first captured me when I was in school. Like, I wasn't great in school, but bikes really turned me on. And then from there, yeah, like did lots of graphic designy jobs and then ended up in a bike shop in Ireland, which is great. Then little surge on in Finland, and then interned at What Mountain Bike, which started off as like 2 weeks work experience as like a 27-year-old or whatever. And then I ended up being there for 4 years, which then led on to spannering at triathlon races, and I did that for like a year, which was a bit odd, but really good to experience other bikes. And then from that, it led to spannering with CRC and World Cup downhill races.
The top races in the world, right?
Yeah, it was pretty surreal in terms of going from, you know, working at very top level triathlon with, you know, Olympians, and then the next year I was at World Cups with really fast races.
Yeah. I think it would be fair to say when it comes down to the stuff of mountain bikes, you've got another level of knowledge to me, and especially how to fix them, that's for sure.
Yeah, but riding and how to use the e-bike and how to use the motor, yeah.
Does that excite you?
Yes,
yeah?
Hugely. And I think just playing on that climb, it opened up mountain biking again to being all of the hill. So I guess it's like, I think I talked about it in a tech show recently where, you know, like those Marin rebels who were on the hill, you know, like Gary Fisher, etc. Yeah, they bombed down hills, but when it really started was they were going uphill and downhill again. And that's where bikes like this open up everywhere. And you don't have to go to a trail centre. You can get really tough tech climbs and really enjoy them, and it's really engaging. And then the downhills, well, that's, yeah, separate
That's another thing. Oh, and it feels to me like you're getting quite into this climbing malarkey, right?
Definitely, yeah. It's so engaging. It's like a mountain biking used to be in terms of challenging up the hill and down the hill. Well, downhill's always been fun, but yeah, I don't know, in the 90s, like, climbing was actually fun. And now it's fun again not because there's free power, but because you've got to think about pedal strokes, you've got to think about body position, you've got to think about, well, traction all the time. It's great.
Already sprinting. But then again, it is loose. So I think we've got a really, really excellent example here of a trail which gets progressively steeper, but also it gets progressively more technical as you go up the hill.
Okay.
So it's the worst of everything, basically, right? Well, I say that because if you think about how you tackle this on an MTB,
yeah,
I think you'd probably go into like a grinding mindset. You'd have the seat up, correct?
Yeah.
And I think
seat up.
You had the seat up on that bike there, which is actually the right position, right? The question is, when you transition into more tech and steeper, I think on an MTB, you'd stand up, wouldn't you? You'd get over the front and do that.
And you'd be able to do sort of like, well, maybe like sort of trials hoppiness because you kind of run out and you stall on so much stuff, but because you've got bigger tyres, bigger suspension to roll through.
What do you see ahead of you? What's your vision in your head now?
I'm already thinking kind of like, okay, I've got to get over, well, loads of loose rocks and thinking about line choice. And I think that's the really fun thing. It's not a kind of like, I've just got to slog up. I've really got to think about where my tyres are going to go. And it, like, opposed to just go, oh, I've got to slog up a climb, you're engaged, your eyes are being pulled up, the bike's moving. It's, yeah, fun back in the climbing.
And I've seen you on previous climbs today where you've been sweating quite a lot. Toys teetering close to the edge of the bar. I mean, what you see ahead of you is quite a gruelling prospect, isn't it? It's like... It's
really... Yeah, I think the fact that...
You'd be getting off and pushing an MTB there. 99.99% of people would be pushing an MTB up that climb. Would you agree?
Yeah, unless you were XC, like a really keen XC racer.
Yeah.
what
light, powerful,
yeah,
all those things.
Yeah, on a really light bike that you can skip and hop around stuff. Yeah.
I'd actually argue that a cross-country bike might not even get up there.
I would agree because it's so rocky and so loose. With a lightweight XC tyre, where you could, if you misplaced or mistimed something, you'd just flat.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah. So here in a pretty engaging riverbed in the Wye Valley, how is the rookie feeling after 2 hours on a genuine first 2 hours on a mid-drive eMTB?
Just amazed in the fact that the ride experience is so different and so much more engaging than I'd preconceived it would be, and of all my kind of like mountain biking up until that point. Like the natural stuff is awesome in terms of you have to work to get flow, you have to think about line choice. It's much more like thinking and natural, and like mountain biking was for me when I started 30 years ago. And then, this slab section here is just like, okay, you might have it on if you'd found a route on an OS map, you'd be like, oh, we can go here. And then you'd find this, you'd be like, well, I'm not going to do this again on a regular mountain bike. But here, it's more like, okay, cool, I've got to the fifth-ish step maybe.
Yeah.
How do I get up? How do I continue that progression? It's just so engaging.
Do you think mountain bikers have been, over the last 20 years, been shepherded into trail centres and bike parks, and it's kind of lost the essence of mountain biking, really? What's your thoughts on that?
I think you're right. I think trail centres are really good because you can rock up to a car park and you don't necessarily have to have really big ability, and the trails they work for lots and lots of people. And if you want to have it more challenging, you can go a bit faster. But it feels like a lot of trail centres have gone, ooh, we'll have to put jumps in. And I'll freely admit I can't jump, but there's so many more things that are engaging at a trail centre, but you couldn't create something like this. It just is, it's natural and raw, and that's why it's really engaging.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah, we haven't seen anybody today. We're out in the woods, and it's as great a challenge as you can actually do on an MTB, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. One thing which I haven't talked to you about. You're 5'7". Yeah. And you're riding on a bike which is the reigning E-Enduro World Cup champions bike, Fabian Burrell.
Oh wow, yeah.
Obviously now your background is massively tech, MTB tech.
Yeah.
I guess would you say that the one? I mean, and you've been on the show so many times. Is the one thing that you don't understand, maybe, sorry for putting words in your mouth, is the e-bike system, but not the e-bike system, is how you engage with the system, right?
Exactly. So I think on this run, I started to realise that there's the overrun and how to use that overrun. So I don't have to use the pedal stroke all the time. I can let it power through, and it's understanding the timing of that. So it is like learning to ride a bike again to get the most out of it. And especially on a climb like this where it's really techy and you've got to really plan the bike and get the timing right of when you're pedaling. It's not just applying power, but when you're pedaling, and then to learn that you've got, oh cool, okay, there's the overrun and how that works. And then, it's like learning to ride a bike again. It's great.
Now, one thing which might terrify you is the fact that you're riding a bike with a 500mm reach.
No.
Yeah. But the thing is the seat tube angle is around about 79. So it actually makes the bike feel smaller, doesn't it?
Yeah. Next, you're going to tell me they're wider than 760 bars.
The bike is too big for you, but...
Oh, it is, but I think it's the saddle. So, okay, I've talked about saddles, I've talked about e-bike saddles in old jobs, and I've understood the logic of them, but this saddle, in terms of when and where you can sit, and actually it's like trying this climb. The first time I got it, I dropped the saddle. You were like, no, just try and drop the saddle. And all of my inner mountain bikers was like, no, you can't climb. You can't climb with the saddle low. And it's like, well, I used to play around and do trialsy stuff. You can pedal with the saddle low, but because the saddle is soft enough and squidgy enough in the right places, you can move your weight forward and balance the weight in the centre and then move it back.
Do I maybe sense an obsession taking hold?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just so much fun.
Saying all the right things. Softer power. Oh, he hasn't got as much power.
Yeah.
There's not as much power.
No, there's not. How? What? I don't understand.
It's a different motor.
I didn't think you'd feel that much difference.
Can you feel the difference?
Yeah, like with that one, I can literally pump that section. I don't have to hit it exactly right. I can just...
It gives you more power in a short space of time.
Yeah, I can just effectively just kick the pedals and I'll get enough boost to push in.
That's a softer motor through the range, whereas that gives you all the power right up front.
Yeah.
It's like when you get steps, that, it's aggressive, that's less aggressive.
Which I think when I started, one of the reasons on some of the climbs I hadn't got it in red, because I'd put it in red and I was like, whoa, whoa. And now I'm starting to get why you need that punch.
Yeah. Go and give that another go. I think it's just a different technique.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually quite like the soft power of that.
I know, I don't think it's like one is better than the other. I think it's,
I think it's just exactly.
It's different.
That's it. One isn't better than the other. It's just different.
Yeah.
It might be different for a top-end racer, but when you climb in this, maybe softer, it lets, you don't maybe spin as much if you get it wrong. I think he's properly obsessed. He's even looking at the bike. He's staring, looking at the bike, thinking, I love you, group hug. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh!
Oh. It's getting there.
Different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you can get into the rhythm with it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's nice.
You've got to just tune yourself. It's the same with Shimano motor, different game again. So like, you know, a Shimano motor and a Yamaha motor, Brose, Specialized, all those motors require different input from the rider to get the best out of them.
It's,
like, one's not better, it's just...
no.
It's not a case of being better, they're just different. And like I said, all this business is about power.
It's how you use it.
Grip is what it's about.
It is, yeah. I could feel the difference on the tyre. And I know that sounds mega nerdy, but they're just black around, you can't feel the difference.
No, total difference.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's a bit newer. That one's had a few more laps in it. But the softer compound, you can feel.
That's the idea, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think it's just so, it's really good when you think and you talk about something in terms of you get more traction, you get more grip, and then you're out in the real world.
E-bike tyres need to be big, thick, and soft. Just like me. Just before you said it.
No, I'm not going to say
let's go another go. So e-bike tyres need to be big, thick, and soft.
Agreed, yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
No reason at all.
That was interesting. Goes to show that power is nothing without control, right?
Yeah.
Those motorcyclists?
Yeah, everyone talks about power and they've got more on tap than any e-bike, full stop.
Yeah.
Couldn't get up the climb.
Exactly. Owen, fantastic. First day on a mid-drive e-mountain bike. What's your thoughts to people who might be new to mountain biking or new to e-mountain biking in regard to your day one?
Day one, awesome experience, really opened up the hill again. And yeah, I'm now thinking about, I'd quite like to try that. I'd like to try that. It's really, the obsession has begun because it's now I'm thinking about, there was always that descent I couldn't do or that climb that I couldn't quite clear. And now I'm like, right, now I'm thinking about it.
He's going after it. Folks, let us know your thoughts if you're thinking about buying your first e-mountain bike or you're new to the sport, because it's a whole new world, right?
Yeah, completely. It's awesome.